Chapters 1 to 6. Oppression and God's Call. Exodus begins with the Israelites suffering under Egyptian oppression. Despite their rapid growth, Pharaoh enslaved them and ordered the killing of Hebrew baby boys. Moses, saved from this decree and raised in Pharaoh's palace, fled to the wilderness after killing an Egyptian. In the wilderness, God appeared to Moses in a burning bush, calling him to deliver the Israelites. Reluctantly, Moses, with the help of his brother Aaron, returned to Egypt to confront Pharaoh with God's command. "Let my people go." Chapters 7 to 15. The plagues and the Red Sea. Pharaoh's refusal to release the Israelites prompted God to send 10 plagues, each demonstrating his power over Egypt's gods. The final plague, the death of Egypt's firstborn, led to the institution of the Passover, where the Israelites marked their doorposts with lamb's blood to protect their families. Pharaoh finally relented, and the Israelites left Egypt. However, Pharaoh pursued them to the Red Sea, where God performed a miraculous deliverance. The sea parted for the Israelites and closed on Pharaoh's army, securing their freedom. Chapters 16 to 18. Journey through the wilderness. In the wilderness, the Israelites faced hunger and thirst but experienced God's provision. He provided manna, quail, and water from a rock, teaching them reliance on his care. At Rephidim, the Israelites defeated the Amalekites with God's help, and Moses reunited with his father-in-law, Jethro, who advised him to establish a system of judges to govern the people. Chapters 19 to 24. The covenant at Mount Sinai. The Israelites arrived at Mount Sinai, where God made a covenant with them. He revealed his presence through thunder, lightning, and smoke and gave the 10 Commandments. These laws formed the moral and spiritual framework for their relationship with God and one another. The covenant was sealed with a ceremony, and Moses ascended the mountain to receive further instructions from God. Chapters 25 to 31. Instructions for the tabernacle. God provided detailed instructions for constructing the tabernacle, a sacred place where his presence would dwell among the Israelites. He also gave guidelines for the priesthood, sacrificial rituals, and Sabbath observance. The tabernacle symbolized God's desire to dwell with his people and be central to their community. Chapters 32 to 34. The golden calf and God's mercy. While Moses was on Mount Sinai, the Israelites grew impatient and created a golden calf to worship. God was angered by their idolatry, but Moses interceded on their behalf, pleading for forgiveness. God renewed his covenant with the people, reaffirming his commitment to lead them to the promised land despite their disobedience. Chapters 35 to 40. Building the tabernacle. The Israelites faithfully followed God's instructions to construct the tabernacle. Skilled artisans crafted its components, and the people contributed materials generously. When the tabernacle was completed, God's glory filled it, signifying his presence among his people. This marked the fulfillment of God's promise to dwell with Israel and guide them on their journey. Conclusion. Exodus is a story of redemption, law, and covenant. It reveals God's power in delivering his people, his holiness in giving them the law, and his mercy in renewing the covenant after their failure. Through their journey, the Israelites learned to trust God's provision and guidance, setting the stage for their continued relationship with him. The themes of Exodus, freedom, faith, and God's presence, resonate throughout the rest of Scripture, making it a cornerstone of the Bible's narrative.